Hello, I wanted to do a little video on the energy, because we've just had that Pisces new moon and it was quite interesting, I found, and we're still in that energy really. You know, the new moon was only on Monday, all right, we're on Wednesday, but it's the new lunar cycle, right? So the energy that you may have found is basically feeling pushed in different ways to face all of yourself, which can be quite intense and stressful, because invariably we like to focus on only parts of ourselves, you know, because of our conditioning. We've got patterns, perhaps to be people pleasers, or perhaps to focus on work, perhaps to focus on our spirituality. But the Pisces new moon is making us focus on all parts of ourselves. So if there's any parts of yourself you've been neglecting, that will have come up, and that will be coming up for you to not neglect that part of yourself anymore and have to embrace it. And that can be quite tough, you know, and it can feel quite emotional, and you can sometimes feel a bit conflicted, because it's like, shit, you know, I don't really want to have to face this part of myself, or because by meeting my own needs, sometimes that means you have to push someone away, or you have to face up to certain situations that aren't really working right now. And so it can feel quite hard to actually embrace all parts of yourself. But that's what the Pisces new moon is energy at the moment is getting you to do, is to actually really look at all parts of yourself and accept yourself exactly as you are right now. And remember, obviously you're changing all of the time, so it is changing all the time, but right now, how you are, you have to be authentic to yourself right now. And there might be certain situations or people in your life that are not really right for certain parts of you, or certain actions you've been doing that are not really right for certain parts of you. So whatever in your life has been out of alignment at the moment, it will really have been showing itself to you, and it will have really been gracing on you big time, because you are being called to meet all of your needs, not just some of them. And it will feel very, very uncomfortable if there's a person in your life or a situation in your life that is not really meeting all of your needs. Now, that then invites you to look after yourself better. And it means sometimes facing up to the fact that you have been neglecting certain aspects of yourself, or maybe you've been a bit hard on yourself, and now it's time to go easy on yourself and relax a bit and say, do you know what? Sod it, you know, I am where I am. This is who I am right now, and I need to accept all of myself. I can't try and force myself into a box, you know, and maybe certain conversations need to be had with certain people about where a certain situation isn't really working for you, you know. Now, if you're not ready to have a conversation with someone, you don't really have to. You don't always have to have conversations. It's not always the most conscious thing. But you might have to just address it within yourself and think, well, how can I manage this? How can I get space from this situation, or how can I get space from this person so that I can attend to, you know, all parts of me? You know, how can I get a better balance in my life so that I'm meeting these needs and doing the things I normally do, but I'm also accepting that I have other needs at the moment. This is where I am in my growth, and I have certain other needs that I also do need to look after as well. And it's just the way it is, and it's a journey of self-acceptance and love, you know. And so that can feel quite uncomfortable when you realise you can't ignore certain things, you know. You have to face them, and that's kind of what the Pisces new moon is sort of getting us to do. This energy at the moment is getting us to face up to all parts of ourselves, and what do we need to do to start being more kind to ourselves, you know. It's also an energy about enjoying ourselves more, you know, because Pisces does like to enjoy themselves. And so you're going to find yourself just wanting to enjoy yourself more, which is good. But, you know, again, sometimes that means a bit of self-acceptance, to give yourself permission to just go, do you know what, yeah, I'm on my spiritual path, I'm doing my best, but I also need to have a good time as well, you know. So you're going to feel urges, and you might feel yourself feeling a bit addictive or a bit wild. Now, what's the other thing that I was thinking about with the Pisces energy? Surrendering, yeah, because Pisces energy is very flowy. You know, it's the fish. So, you know, it's also feeling uncomfortable because you don't really know where you are right now. You don't really know where you are on a journey, and you're thinking, Jesus, you know, I'm in a new place right now and I've never done this before. And it's a sign that you're becoming more grounded in the present moment, and that you're surrendering to spirit, and you're allowing yourself to accept that, you know, you don't control your life. Life is happening to you. Everything's predestined. And it's quite freaky, you know. And so it's weird because on the one hand, you're more grounded, you're in the present moment, you're accepting your life as it's turning out and as it's evolving. But then it can make you feel a bit ungrounded at the same time, because you're realizing you're not really in control of it. You know, spirit is the doer, and your destiny is there, and you're sort of having to give the reins to spirit for your life. And it's a form of surrender, and it is the unknown. And if you're at that point and you're doing that, well done, because it's not easy. It's really hard to, you know, our ego just wants to always maintain this illusion that we're in control. But this Pisces new moon will have kind of shown you that you're not really in control. And can be a little bit frightening and a little bit freaky. So if you're feeling a bit like that as well, that's fine. You know, it's just part of it. All it is it's just remembering to trust. You know, just trust more. That's what I've been working on. You know, just trusting more that, okay, I don't really know where I am. I don't know where this is all leading me, but I'm putting my trust. If I do trust in spirit, which I do, I've just got to keep trusting a bit more and cultivate more trust that it's going to be okay. So there's that side of the energy as well. And then the other side of the energy is, well, that's the main ones really. I should have written it down, shouldn't I? I'm not very I'm not very good at this. Yeah, so it's oh, that's it, thank you. Illusions, right? It's like this card here, right? I just did the relationship reading and that card came out for your person. But it's kind of how we're all feeling. It's a reflection of how we're all feeling at the moment, because in the Pisces new moon, what can happen is people can have hallucinations, strange visions, you know, because Pisces is a very visionary sign, and they tend to see life very differently and have very creative visions of how they perceive life, which is really wonderful, because they don't always conform to society and stuff like that. But basically, under this powerful energy of the new moon, you may have noticed yourself having strange dreams, or fleeting kind of like visions that just might have been a bit like, oh, you know, like, what the hell? You know, it's sort of like your own ego reacting to the energy and sort of trying to freak you out a little bit, maybe. And it's like, just all you can do is just ground yourself in the present moment and just say, look, there's nothing to stress about. I'm surrendering to spirit. I know I'm trying my best to get in my alignment and be genuine on my spiritual path and put the best energy into my life. So I do trust in spirit. Spirit is leading me the right way. You know, and if you've had any sort of strange dreams or strange visions, you know, don't be panicked by them. It's just part of the energy at the moment. Also, if you know somebody in your life who's been having just really odd thoughts or, you know, visions or imaginations that just don't make any sense, you can probably put that down to the energy as well, and try to reassure yourself that they may come to their senses when they've calmed down. You know, once this energy from this new moon's calmed down a little bit, the next few days, they might start seeing a bit more clearly, you know, and come forward to you with a proper offer or proper communication that's a bit more grounded and a bit more real. So, because we're all affected by the energy. So yeah, that is basically it in a nutshell. You know, it's been a funny energy, this new moon, but the good thing that comes out of it is that because you're forced to look at all parts of yourself, you can go into this new lunar cycle more positive, because you can, although it's uncomfortable at the time, you can now look at your life and say, right, how do I need to look after myself better? How can I accept myself more and love myself more? You know, how can I be more patient with myself? How can I enjoy myself more? You know, and how can I surrender and just feel a bit more trusting in the process of my life, and the unknown, you know. So I hope that does help, because I have had a few of you message me about this energy that we've just had. So that was kind of what I wanted to say, really. So yeah, and obviously if you want to book in for a session, you're always welcome. Just contact me on my website, awakeningtarot.co.uk. Peace.